Welcome to the Everything Goes Podcast with TAK, where sports get loud, the takes get hot, and nothing's off limits. From game day breakdowns to way too early predictions, we're bringing the energy every single episode. Buckle up, because over here, everything really does go.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to the podcast, episode 220. And as you can see, yes, we did rebrand. Happened fast, happened quick, but we love it, man. We love it. We love it. We love it.
And the intro, check out the intro, listeners. You got to let us know.
We got a lot of bunch, man. We're trying to grow this podcast. This podcast is trying to grow. We're trying to take the right steps. We're trying to stay cool. We're trying to stay hip, man. Like we're trying to be cool, you know. I this is gonna sound so rude, man, but sometimes I see other people's podcasts that I know, and it's like I look at them like, man, I just love my podcast. Like I think ours is the coolest. Like you can't compete with us. Like our StreamYard is sick. Like our setup is cool. One day we're all gonna hit the Powerball and just have a studio and live in the same area, and like we're just gonna show up 4 days a week, working for 4 hours a day. Whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Couple golf simulators, maybe.
Yeah. Like we're just gonna chill, man. But I mean, let us know what you think about the new logo. Already rebranded on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, anywhere that we are at, we got the new logo up and rolling, man. And next step is maybe some merch. You know, a hat, a shirt, whatever it is. I know Ace is working on some stuff, but yeah, I mean, like a nice golf polo, whatever it is. I'm just excited, man. This is a new era for Everything Goes Podcast, man. It's been like 6-7 years we've been doing this, and we're excited to continue to grow. We're excited, guys. How you doing, guys? Early podcast for us, Monday. You know, 6 o'clock, 6:30. We're rolling here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no wonder why Ty's fired up today, Chris. Huh?
I was digging a hole all day, man. I'll be honest with you. I was digging a hole all day. Man, it's so funny. I'm looking at Facebook, you know, I'm just seeing if it were live or not. And you just see that new logo, man. It's just so crisp. Man. How we feeling?
The white, I'm feeling good, especially after seeing this and going back and forth and picking stuff out. And yes, we'll likely, I'm going to try to send you guys some merch. We'll like
size small. If it runs big, I'm a small.
If it's 100% cotton, even.
Do medium then.
I love talking on pod about like live on this or about it. So
look at this. We're already getting some love on the logo, man. We appreciate it. RJ. We appreciate it, man. It looks awesome. We love it, man. We love it. Guys, draft week. How we feeling? I mean, this is a big week. I don't know about biggest draft in the past 5 years for the New Orleans Saints. I know the Vikings need some holes, new young quarterback. Who are they going to build it around? You know, you got to build the car around the engine. Dallas needs a lot. Dad, how many picks do you guys have in the top 100? It's like what? I mean, 2 or 3? Like it's not a lot, right?
It's 3 in the top 100. I think it's 10 overall.
10 overall. Dang.
We have no fourth round pick. It's either no third or no fourth round pick.
I did a mock draft with Noah the one day online. You were able to do a mock draft if you invite somebody. And I had, the Saints have like 4 to 5 picks, in the first 4 rounds or whatever it is. And I'm like, Noah, when are you up? I was like, is Dallas only have like 2 to 3 picks here? Like, what we doing?
Yeah, you're right, Chris. You have 3 in the 1, 2, 3, round 2, 3, round 1, 2, 3.
That's why I'm hoping we trade back. We pick up a 4th rounder and another first, like lower.
I wish I had a picture of the top 10. I know
that's what I want the Vikings to do too. Oh, that's fine though.
The Cowboys have 3 or 4 receivers on their list. If any of them are still there, trade back. Pick up a later first round and pick up a 4th round.
I'm a fan of the Saints even trading back out of the 9 spot.
Yeah, what did you do with your draft? Because I'm in the same boat as Chris. It's like whoever's best available. If they're still there when you pick, trade back.
I mean, we'll bounce around. Let's talk about what we're feeling about the draft and how we would handle our pick, right? New Orleans Saints obviously have the number 9 pick. Obviously, there's Derek Carr drama that we will talk to a little later in this episode. Everyone in this league is like New Orleans Saints are the wild card. They are drafting a QB. It is all Shedeur Sanders. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm not opposed to Shedeur Sanders, but there is no interest in the New Orleans Saints building. They have never met with Shedeur Sanders. They are hot. Probably one of the hottest teams on Jackson Dart. They have met with Jackson Dart, had private workouts with him, private dinners. That's the guy I think if they take a quarterback, that it's him. But I don't even think it's that number 9. And I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion, listening also to the insiders, I don't think the Saints take quarterback on that. I wouldn't, right? I'm still a fan of rolling with Spencer Rattler and seeing what his ceiling is this year. I'm all a fan of drafting a quarterback maybe 3 through round 3 to 5, and just having him compete with Spencer Rattler. You know, if McMillan falls to 9, I'm all about bolstering that wide receiver room. If Mason Graham falls to 9, I'm all about Mason Graham or a Tyler Warren, right? Adding weapons to this team and building for the long haul. Ross Jackson on the New Orleans Locked On podcast, I love the way that he broke up the draft. He's like, would you rather have a Spencer Rattler and McMillan on top of the receivers you already have? Or do you take a Sanders and then you miss out on like, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of start to play the oddball games, but like you guys said, I'm a fan of falling back. You know, the Saints have the 40th pick right after the first round. You know, if you can get someone to come up and give you their second round pick and their third round pick, you know, then you have 5 picks in the top 100. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like this could be one of those drafts where you're going to see a lot of trades.
Yeah.
Or maybe they put because the guys they want are there too. I don't know.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, Kellen Moore is going to do what he wants to do. But in my opinion, if Shedeur Sanders or Jackson Dart are not on your first round, if they're not even on your top 10 on your board inside your room, you don't choke. You don't feel like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, don't feel overwhelmed to take a quarterback just because he fell. Like, if he is not on your board and you do not think that he is your franchise quarterback this year, you don't just take him. You know?
I was going to say, could that be maybe like a run on running backs too? To a different degree?
You know, I mean,
Or like
Kellen
a top
Moore, I know,
position?
has talked about filling in the trenches or best available talent. Like, I'm all for swinging and missing on a quarterback. Like, if Kellen Moore and the team in the New Orleans Saints facility are like, Jackson Dart, in our opinion, is our franchise quarterback, and we believe that he could help turn this franchise around, I'm all for taking him at 9. But if you in your mind are like, this is a guy we're going to take a chance on, he might pan out for us, that's not number 9. You fall back in the draft, you take him later in the first round, or you take him in the second or third round. That's not a guy you just take a risk on. You take the best available talent, a Tyler Warren that immediately helps contribute to your team, a Mason Graham who is incredible, and I hope he falls into the New Orleans Saints. You know, like there's so many guys in that top first 5 spots. You know, they're coming out now and saying from 10 to like once you get outside the top 10, everyone in the first round is kind of all around the same talent. You know what I mean? It's like I just don't want to miss out on that really good talent. That's just my take on the New Orleans Saints.
I just honestly, I wouldn't waste throwing a quarterback in the first round. I mean, you have Rattler, Rattler has never had any time with the ones on that team at all. I mean, you could be passing up on a great quarterback. Yeah,
you know, Spencer Rattler last year played with 1 starting offensive lineman and 0 starting wide receivers.
That's what I mean. You don't know what you have there, so why go get a Shedeur? I mean, there's mock drafts that have Shedeur falling out of the first round again.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think Shedeur's your answer.
I don't mind Jackson Dart either. Like if Kellen Moore does take him, say in the second round, I'm all for that. You know, have him compete with Spencer. Maybe, you know, it'd be good competition, or a Quentin Ewers in the 4th round, like whatever that looks like. You know, I know that I just saw a mock draft today that had the Saints taking Tyler Warren in the first round, and then they go back into the first round late in the round and take Jackson Dart. That's an amazing opportunity that I wouldn't mind, but I don't know how hard it's going to be to get back into the first round.
If I'm New Orleans' GM, I'm honestly thinking of getting rid of making Derek Carr June 1st cut, get rid of him. And I'm thinking about picking up either the best offensive lineman in the draft or picking up the best offensive weapon available. And Shedeur's not that guy. I'm sorry. He's not the best offensive weapon available. I don't think you need a quarterback. I mean, I think you have a young core there that has never got to play together yet.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. I would love to see it.
Dude, Ty, you might be able to package 9 and 40 for 2 first rounders.
You could, honestly, because how close 40 is. And listen, I'm just all for listen, I'm excited. It's a brand new coaching staff. I mean, there are videos already coming out of our sports medicine or whatever that position is. We're already exercising. I've never seen the Saints exercise before. You know what I mean? Like simple workouts that you're like, this looks great. This looks great. Seeing Spencer Rattler in the middle of those huddles, like I'd love to see it. How are you guys feeling though? I mean, Dad, what pick does Dallas have? I mean, they're like what, 12, 13, somewhere.
We have to go receiver. We have to go receiver with that pick because we'd have nothing to take the pressure off CeeDee Lamb.
I think it's Higgins or Wiggins. Higgins or Wiggins. I think it's Wiggins out of Iowa State. Is a really good wide receiver that's rising.
They have Golden. Golden's tied to us. That McMillan's tied to us.
Yeah,
the kid from Abuka, whatever his name is, from Ohio State.
Yeah.
I was looking at the Cowboys mock draft. We're going heavy Ohio State this year. They gave up on Michigan. No more defensive tackles from Michigan. But I'd be surprised if we don't go receiver in the first round. I would be really surprised because we don't have that second guy that takes the pressure off of CeeDee Lamb.
There's a lot of good receivers right there. There's a lot of good receivers running. There's a lot of good talent in this draft. And it's getting those first 5 picks, all the past couple weeks, they've said no one's been talking about trading up. No phones are ringing. Draft night's a different night. You know what I mean? Like, I'm excited to see what even happens. I mean,
every mock draft that I do, I get a good receiver with the number 12 pick, and I always get the Ohio State running back in the second round.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what receiver? Like, what's it between? Because there's a few.
There's 2 Ohio State running backs too.
So not Travis Hunter.
No, not Hunter. It's always out of Golden. It's always out of McMillan. The sky's the limit, and Gentry's there too. So like, I always not take a running back in the first round.
I think Gentry goes to the Bears if he falls that far down.
I've seen him attached to the Raiders. I've seen him linked with Jacksonville. He can go anywhere. So
hey, Will Johnson's there too, man. He allowed 1 touchdown at Michigan.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of soft tissue injuries.
He looks healthy.
Well, that who's the running back too? The running back for the second running back for Ohio State.
Yeah, you have.
I want him later. I want the Vikings to trade back there first to get maybe a later first and then a later round pick and get him. Yeah, get Judkins.
Ace, I have a buddy at church who's a Vikings fan, and I was telling about our podcast, and he said the same exact thing. I said, what do you want for your pick?
Yes.
He's like, honestly, I wouldn't mind trading back because you're so far back already. Might as well stack up on some. They say the second and third round, like you can get some real beefy guys in there. Like you can get some real dogs in there.
Yeah. Every draft I've done, I got Travion Henderson in the second round.
Yeah.
Wow. And I've heard that this, like, outside of defensive linemen being deep, there's not of the overall talent, it's not elite compared to other drafts.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of elite, they're going to be starters 8+ years guys.
I can't do those mock drafts because I just get so excited. I mean, guys fall. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I mean, is this going to happen in real life? So I have the Saints taking Tyler Warren, Mason Graham, McMillan. Dad, you have a wide receiver or did you say running back?
No, definitely run. I don't want to see a running back in the first round. I'd rather see us trade back, but I would take a receiver first round.
Okay. Ace, what do you feel about the Vikings? I know you just said you wouldn't mind trading back, but if they don't want to trade back, what's a position you're hoping that you see them take?
Well, even if so if they keep the first round pick, no matter what later, I wouldn't mind offensive line again, just shore that up even further, or the best defensive line or safety cornerback type guy.
Yeah.
I don't really have a defense. I don't think where we're picking, we're going to get the Michigan guys or we're going to get any of the elite defensive interior guys. I can't remember the safety's name, but some of the guys on the radio mentioned safety out of South Carolina that the Vikings might look to take if he's there late in the round.
Yeah.
First round. But I agree with him, and hopefully he starts listening to the show, your friend at church. Shout out. And I
wish I would have remembered in that moment. I was like, oh my God, yeah, man, the one host is a Vikings fan. So you're going to get some great Vikings information. I'll have to let him know.
Because we need picks. Regardless, this would be a good year to try to get up. We did a really good job in the offseason of signing guys for once. And frankly, Kwesi has not been a good drafter since he's been here. Yeah. His draft picks have not turned out the best. So outside of Byron Murphy, who we just signed, shout out. But first rounder for sure. I think we got to go defensive line or offensive tackle. They have us taking the guy out of North Dakota State in a couple mock drafts.
Texas and Ohio State have some good linemen coming out too.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, they're beefy.
So how are we feeling about the top 5? Are we still all pretty set that Titans will? You see this random news coming that the Tyler Shaw or whatever his name is, there's a lot of coaches in the league that believe he could be the best quarterback to go. It's just coming out of nowhere. It's almost like the Zach Wilson, the random quarterback that comes up the week before the draft.
Greg Cassell thinks he's the second best quarterback. That Tyler, I don't know how to Greg Cassell thinks so. I don't know.
I mean, he had a terrible, terrible combine presentation. Absolutely terrible. I mean, some people think he's too tall to be a quarterback. He's 25. Some people, Chase Daniels was talking about how he loves that. Honestly, he feels like he got the prime a little bit in college and then bring that into the pros.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the Saints have some interest in it too. And it's like, I mean, that's not a guy you take in the first 2 rounds, in my opinion. Milroe, though, from Alabama, like there's been some mock drafts where the Saints take like Tyler Warren and then like a stud in the second round. Then Milroe's just chilling there in the third round. It's like, that's a guy that you could take a risk on third round because he's either going to hit the ceiling or you're just going to have a freak athlete and it's a win-win. Because the man can run.
I think Cam Ward's a lock to Tennessee.
100%,
They're not pulling any punches. But the thing that changed now is like I'm seeing a lot of mock drafts where the Giants are going away from quarterback and they're going after Abdul Carter from Penn State.
Yeah, but I think that was our pick last time, actually.
Well, they had them linked to Shador, but I don't know, man.
They're gonna have to pay Thibodeau, right? I take the best available. The Giants, like you're not going to get better.
That's what I would do.
You'll get good with the quarterback, if they're not that good,
that's
what
we
talked
talked about.
Reach.
You have Russ Muscle for a year, and then you have whatchamacallit.
You have Jameis Winston too.
Jameis Winston for 2 years.
And we talked about that, right? We talked about like, all right, you sign Russell, who could be a decent Band-Aid. Go get a Travis Hunter, go get a Carter, like go get a superstar that helps your defense, and just roll it out. You know, or draft an amazing wide receiver to go with Malik Neighbors.
If they draft a quarterback, I guarantee you Russ gets cut.
Well, I just don't think I think it's dumb on the organization that you would sign Russell Wilson and then possibly cut. Like, you clearly are signing a veteran, and then maybe you're taking a quarterback in the second round where that veteran can groom him. I don't, because if you take a guy at 3, that's your starter.
Absolutely.
That's
why I think Russ gets cut.
2 guys that both could be starters or probably should be starters.
You know what I mean? Like nowadays, like I could see the Giants panicking. They screw this pick up.
Well, see, Jameis he's a veteran backup. You know, he's always been a backup except for his time in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So he would be a good backup there. But I think if they do go quarterback with the 3rd pick, I can guarantee you Russ he's gone. He's a June 1st cut.
And this is a little bit of a hot take, but I think between Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, if you draft an available talent like a wide receiver to go with Malik Neighbors or a defensive stud, like I could see them winning at least 6 games. You know what I mean? With a Russell Wilson who just won 9-10 games with the Steelers. Not all of it was his part. Obviously, Justin Fields won like 3 or 4, but I think they could play it right here. I think you have to play it right here. But yeah, I think Travis Hunter is 2 or 3 in my opinion. I still think Travis Hunter is a Cleveland Brown. Or Carter is a Cleveland Brown. I don't know yet. I mean, it's hard for me to see Travis Hunter falling out of the top 3.
A lot from I've seen is it's those 3, Ward, Hunter, and Carter. It's just whether those 2, whichever order they go. And then 4, I could see the Patriots trading. Seems like they got a lot of what they wanted. They
4 and 5. I could see 4 and 5 trading.
If they want an elite receiver, why not trade back, get McMillan or Golden, somebody that you think is going to be maybe middle of the round, or I don't even know.
Yeah, you would imagine the Patriots would use this pick and get Drake May some help.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, because I can't name too many people on that team.
They have the Patriots going with Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU.
Yeah.
He's probably the best tackle in this draft.
See, number 5, in my opinion, is a big one. If Jacksonville slides on
I think
Mason
that's where Genty
Graham,
goes.
Like if Jacksonville's like, we're not going to take Mason Graham, like that's where I'm like, ooh, come on. Like this is a chance, unless the Raiders take him, but that's a chance that he falls.
God, could you imagine the Raiders? They got the guy from the Dolphins, Crosby, and Graham.
Oh gosh, that'd be tough.
They could be in a good position to take either Genty or Graham. It's like, honestly, I don't know either one of those for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But you know, they also have an option too to trade that spot. You know, if you're not sure exactly who you want, you know, you could trade out the build for the future.
I mean, if you're Tom Brady, do you trade down a little bit to like a team that's 10 or 11, and you just stack up on some 2nd round draft picks, and you bolster this roster.
You have to really look at what your needs and what's going to make you win now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, who do they got at? Who the heck's the quarterback again for the
Geno Smith?
Geno, yeah.
He just signed an extension too.
They can win now with him. Legitimately.
I mean, realistically, they can win some games. They're in a tough division, but I could see them winning 7-8 games.
Bowers, who's I don't know the receivers, Jacoby Myers, but they're not bad.
Over or under, the Raiders win 8 games.
Under. Oh man. Look, if I'm the Raiders, I trade back.
Even 8
even 8 games.
They go like 8-9 or whatever it is.
I'm gonna say under. I'm gonna say 7 games.
Okay.
I honestly think the Raiders should trade back and get a receiver later in the first round.
I agree. Or they take Will Johnson. I've seen mock drafts have them taking Will Johnson.
Who's that guy?
That's the cornerback from Michigan. I honestly, I could be totally wrong, but I think he allowed 0 touchdowns at Michigan.
But what receivers do they have there now? I mean, Renfro. I think Renfro's the only guy still there.
Renfro was a free agent last year. Nobody signed him for some reason.
Like they have nobody now. Like I would trade back, go receiver. Otherwise, you can have Geno running for his life the first year.
I think Henry Ruggs is coming.
Yeah, I was going to say get offensive lineman for Geno. I don't know how much he's willing to move right now outside of the pocket.
You know, honestly, they could double move back. They could go back, and then they could trade that spot again for someone trying to get back into the first round, like a Kansas City or somebody.
Yeah, you just load up on 2s and 3s.
Yep. Get like 4 or 5.
Or next year's
next year's number 1. Now, I mean, next year's first round pick.
Yeah, gosh, dude, I love the draft, man. I'm excited. I actually sent my wife a note tab, and it has 5 possibilities that the New Orleans Saints could draft, who they are, and your reaction that you should have if they draft them.
I mean, honestly, if you look at all these teams in the top 10, none of them look like Super Bowl contenders. I think all these teams, if I was their GM, I'd be thinking about trading back.
I mean, New Orleans Saints could win the Super Bowl any year. Any year.
Well, we know they're a lock for the playoffs in that division.
They get the right guy, and Spencer Rattler might be the next Pat Mahomes.
But honestly, like San Francisco's a shithole. The Cowboys aren't going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, it's just you look at these teams. Like I would be so willing to trade back and loading up on picks for the future.
Where's San Francisco? Are they in the top 10 this year?
11.
They're
I think that's the most like when you see like you're waiting, like your team's up in a couple picks and you just see like the New Orleans Saints have traded up. You're like, oh, whoa, what are we doing here? Who are we taking?
Yeah.
Because who they taking?
I just have a feeling I'm going to hear Jackson Dart. I'm like, gosh, we could have got him in the second round, man.
The Cowboys have so many holes that they're not going to go. They'll be lucky to make the playoffs next year.
I think I could see the Cowboys trading someone to get some more picks or something. I mean, how many picks in total do you have? You said 10?
10. Trade Micah.
Maybe trade 2 of the late ones and get like another 3rd or 4th.
Package Micah and Dak. We got Joe Milton.
You could make out like a bandit if you did that.
Trade those 2 and let's roll with it.
Oh, wow.
Or you trade into the top 3 and you get Carter with Micah. Oh my gosh. That Dallas defense would be tough.
The only thing I got to ask Ace is who the hell is going to be your quarterback, man? Because I just keep hearing rumors about Aaron Rodgers still having his foot in the door in Minnesota.
Hey, did you hear?
I think, honestly, it's as crazy as it sounds, this could be a Brett Favre situation where he comes in just to keep things quiet. He has an agreement with KOC. He's already talked about having, at least on Pat McAfee's, I had to listen to that. He talked about his relationship with KOC. And that's...
Did you listen to the interview about how he flew across the country to the Jets and how quick it was?
That's crazy.
Listen, like I like Aaron Glenn. I like Aaron Glenn. And like part of me likes it, but also part of me is like, I mean, you guys honestly could have just called him like, hey man, we're going in a different direction.
Yeah, people make him out to be like have some sort of agenda. And it's like, dude, just because he speaks the truth or just because he thinks he's somewhat comes off abrasive in how he talks about things, it's like it's still
it's still a human being at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he walks out of the room and goes, you still want to play football? Yeah. All right, well, we're going in a different direction. It's like, what? How do you want us to let the news know? I don't care. Like, it's just like, what?
So
that's wild.
The Vikings kind of, I don't know what they're really doing. They got rid of everyone.
Bro,
Darnold,
McCarthy,
Daniel Jones.
I think the Vikings win 12 games with Aaron.
What about with McCarthy? Do they go to I still think they go to the play.
Over under an 8.
I go over still.
And
I think 8 or 9. 8 or 9. I think realistically.
You know why I say that? Michigan screwed McCarthy, and I don't care what anyone says. I'm a diehard Michigan fan. They didn't let him throw the ball. They ran the ball freaking 30 times, 40 times a game. They never let him run it. I mean, throw the ball until they had to on a 3rd down or whatever.
Oh,
I think Michigan screwed him.
You guys with social media, the Vikings, social media for the Vikings is fawning over him right now because he's healthy. So he's back kind of in like the shorts going through the
but you can't touch
little workouts. I know. But
preseason's where you're gonna see what he has. It's a different beast when you have guys trying to make teams, trying to kill him.
I think at the end of the day, like you wait, that was like what, top 10 pick?
But they need somebody.
He was a top 10 last year. Like you have to you have to see what he could do at the end of the day.
Yes, I think he starts. I honestly get like a Minshew. I don't know how good.
Just a veteran.
Get it comparable. Get a veteran comparable.
Jimmy Garoppolo's out there just to be a backup to him, like to mentor him. Like, this is how we do. Like just
Ryan
to speak in his ear.
Oh wait, you can probably give Ryan Tannehill $2 million.
Ryan Tannehill's he's not leaving Nashville, man.
Chris, we got Luke. I think our QB coach is Luke McCown. Let's just get his ass back.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I think Michigan screwed him over. I really do. They never let the kid throw, and it was never a throwing team. And even this kid that we have there now, whatever Underwood, whatever his name is, they're going to screw him over too.
Nah, man,
you'll be able to tell with these first picks what the strategy of all of our teams is going to be. Like if they take offensive line, they clearly want to protect McCarthy first and foremost, and they like a guy too.
I think offensive line's not a bad pick for the Vikings because you have the receivers. You still got Aaron Jones. Protect your quarterback. He was young. Who's not going to read all the
Jordan Mason from San Francisco. I don't know how. I mean, he had some
good running
runs.
Oh, and you guys had a crazy good offseason with free agents, by the way. Your defensive line.
Yep. And then the two guys from the Colts on the offensive line. So
yeah. It's gonna be a fun draft, man. I mean, I can't wait. I really can't wait.
I want to hear your rant. I want to hear.
Man, you want to hear my rant on Derek Carr and how he should be out of New Orleans?
Yeah. Let's.
Gosh,
I've been waiting.
Listen, the big ball that came out was when Chase Daniels. He has that podcast with that girl, and she is great. I mean, she's got great inside sources, and she strictly says like, "This is not me speaking. This is what head coaches. This is what people in the league are saying." And the whole Derek Carr injury, man, the past 2 weeks has gotten worse and worse and worse for him. Because at the end of the day, everyone knew Derek Carr wanted to test the market. He wanted to get traded. He wanted that before Kellen Moore even came into office. You know what I mean? Dennis Allen was gone. That was his homeboy. That was his coach that drafted him. He didn't embrace the culture. No one in New Orleans was loving him, even though I felt bad for the guy because I don't know why. But like nobody was loving him in the city. And now he comes out. Everyone saw that news article. Derek Carr might have shoulder injury, might be out for the whole year. Mm-hmm. And then people find out that was Derek Carr's team that leaked that. Mm-hmm. Right. So now everyone's just talking about like, and Chase Daniel was saying this, like he's like, this is not something that's a serious thing, right? He might be serious. He might have a little injury, but he is using this to say, I want to get traded or I'm going to get this surgery and just be out all year.
And get paid.
And get paid.
Ridiculous.
And get paid. Like he didn't want to take a pay cut, but he was okay. What's the word? When you fix your contract, but I can't think of the word with the R.
Oh, renegotiate, restructure.
He was okay restructuring his contract, and then they restructure his contract, and he's like, my team didn't get the blessing. And I mean, it just looks worse and worse on his end where it's like, hey man, this is the second time you're doing this now. You did it with the Raiders. You come to New Orleans. You didn't embrace the city. The city's not embracing you. You didn't have and that's what it's starting to look right? It's starting to look like I'm a quarterback that I want my way, even though I've been to one playoff game. And if I don't get my way, then I'm gonna make a fit. And I like the guy personally, right? I love the beliefs he has for his family. He's a good guy, good father, right? On field though, like I'm at the point. I even tweeted this. I said I was a fan of the Derek Carr signing. We had Andy Dalton. We could not find a quarterback. And now you get to a point where it's like, hey man, like I'm totally cool if you just never play in New Orleans again.
You would have won more games with the Red Rocket.
It's just like, and you have all this stuff coming out where he doesn't go to the Super Bowl. Your city's hosting the Super Bowl, and there's the Super Bowl radio. You know what I mean? Like all the Saints guys are there. You don't go to Mardi Gras. You don't go to all. He's not even. And they believe the Saints. They believe that this was leaked because obviously voluntarily workouts were coming up, and you were going to see videos and know that Derek Carr wasn't there. All of this is going on, and then Derek Carr and his brother are making car review videos on YouTube, and like the comments are trashing him.
Do we have
trashing him, man.
Dude, this is why I hate guaranteed money in football. I hate it. I think these guys need to work and fulfill their contracts and make their money instead of giving us guaranteed money where these guys get hurt and then look at Dak. He got all that money and he hasn't played a full season in how many years?
I'm going to see if I can
give him. I completely agree. Maybe give him more revenue sharing to offset that a little bit. Whatever you want to do, I completely agree because it's getting to the point where these number one, they've already babied the freaking quarterbacks and the offensive enough.
Yeah,
like the rules are completely rigged where you can't even touch the like this, the whole stupid strike zone, like we're in baseball, is ridiculous. Oh, you can only hit them from here up and from here down. Get out of here.
Like I think there should be incentive-based contracts. You know, you get 5 interceptions, you get a bonus. You throw 15 touchdowns, you get a bonus. You win so many games, you get a bonus. You rush for 1,000 yards, you get a bonus. That's how football should be, not this guaranteed money crap. It's ruining the sport.
You know, you have guys, former like captain on the New Orleans Saints back in the day, Scott. I can't even say his last name, Shale. I don't have the full article. I just have the one clip where he said the guys in the locker room deserve better if he's pouting about a QB competition, right? Because everyone was talking about Derek Carr knew he was about to go into a season where new head coach is coming in, probably going to draft a quarterback, or they're going to try and develop Spencer Rattler. Essentially, Derek Carr did not want to develop a quarterback. He did not want to have a Kirk Cousins where he signs a deal, they draft a guy at 8, and then Kirk Cousins is benched halfway through the year. And at the end of the day, man, it's simple as this. If you do not want to be a New Orleans Saint, speak with your chest and say, I don't want to be here. Let's figure something out. You do that way before that new coach even comes in. Because now not only do you look bad, you are now stealing money from the New Orleans Saints if you do get traded, because we are basically paying you to play for another team. It's like, at the end of the day, man, you didn't tell your teammates, right? No one on the New Orleans Saints roster knew. It just looks so bad as a team player, man. Like, this is the second time you're doing this. You know, you have Cam Jordan, who is on this news network, and he's talking about, you know, with a healthy Derek Carr, with a healthy team, like we could be one of the best teams in the league. Very hot take. And they know that now all this Derek Carr stuff, like it just,
you know why Derek Carr's mad? You know why he's mad? Because he doesn't have Kirk Cousins contracts. Kirk Cousins is the backup for Atlanta right now, and he's getting to get $35 million next year to sit the bench.
Yeah, man, it's just
shout out.
Ross Jackson does a podcast once a week now with 3 of their guys. One of them's Lance Moore, man, and he's a former receiver. And you know, these guys are just baffled by this. You know, it's such child stuff, and it's hard to even see. Like, there's no way you bring him back. Like, there's no way the city embraced him. There's no way your teammates embrace you. Like,
nope.
That is a tough look as a player, as a teammate, as a captain. You know what I mean? Like that. You know, and then people are doing the memes of Michael Thomas, like, man, he knew all along, and we were yelling at Michael Thomas.
Dude, that's why I hate all these platforms. I love them for podcasting, but that's why I hate these athletes on these they're on these different platforms where we're going to stop following the Saints. That'll get someone's attention. Or we're going to stop following this team.
Yeah.
You know, just grow up, man. If you don't want to be there, just man up and say, look, I want to trade, or I want to be let go. Yeah. Be a June 1st cut.
Everyone's saying, though, the New Orleans Saints did know, obviously, because I mean, they have spent time with quarterbacks more than any team this year, preparing for the draft. I think he's traded post June 1st. Or even before.
He's gonna be cut.
I mean, you're only saving $1 million.
What are they paying him now? They restructured his deal, right?
Man, I mean, and
is he making backup money? Is he still making starter money?
He's making like $40 million this year. So
no one's gonna pick him up. I mean, the guy, he's a bum. He's like his brother.
They never
win. They never win anywhere.
It was all guaranteed. I think no matter who picks him up,
that's the problem.
Paying it. But I mean, they say too, that's why the New Orleans Saints cleared so much cap and they haven't touched it, because they're going to roll it over and then try and kill some of the dead money. But I mean, the Browns are an option. The Ross was talking about. The Steelers are still an option if they don't land their quarterback in this draft.
Dude, it seems like the Browns have so many different quarterbacks there.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, would you rather have a Derek Carr or a Joe Flacco or a Kenny
Flacco?
Pickett?
At least he still wins.
It's just, I mean, that's my take, man. I think, you know, for someone that I tried backing up Carr for a while, and it's just like, man, like that's just, as a fan, like I don't want that. I want someone that wants to be there for with the city through the thick and thins. Like, I understand you played a lot of games with no wide receivers, no O-line help. You know, I understand that. That's on the GM. That's on the team who didn't build around you. But at the end of the day, you chose to come here.
You see, the problem with football is and I hate mobile quarterbacks. I really do. I love pocket quarterbacks, but pocket quarterbacks are dying, man. You don't have enough time in the pocket anymore to go through all your reads and your progressions to throw the ball anymore. You have like 2 to 3 seconds to get rid of the ball. And you're like, I'm going to hate it with Dak this year. Dak is not a mobile quarterback at all. He's slow and he depends on his line. Guess what? He's going to probably be the most sacked quarterback in football this year.
Yeah, man.
And Derek Carr's no better.
It's tough.
Yep. They saw that with Cousins early too. And then I don't know if he got injured, but either way, I think they benched him.
That was just dumb. I mean, paying him all that money.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
just benched him. I mean, I don't understand that move at all. I mean, that's still a question mark, but
they couldn't justify it either.
There's the Derek Carr take. There's our draft buzz. There's the guys that we want to get drafted by. Do you guys want to run over MLB real quick? Or where you guys at? We're at 34 minutes here.
Yeah, MLB.
Yeah.
You see it next year, man.
MLB.
They're going to be on strike next year because they're going to try to get a salary cap.
They're idiots. Talk about revenue sharing, those idiots. Sorry,
Yep.
I don't want to.
They're going to have a lockout next year. It's coming because the collective bargaining agreement's coming up, and the owners and all of them are already talking about a salary cap, and it's never going to happen. But we're going to end up having baseball locked out again.
Hey man,
Twins
Yankees
are unwatchable. The Yankees
14-8. I'm feeling good. For losing starting pitching and before the season even started, you thought, wow, the Yankees were about to suck. 14-8, I'm feeling pretty good.
Dude, let me ask you this. How is it that Max Fried has a no-hitter going into the 8th inning?
Yes.
And MLB comes back and says 3 innings ago that error is no longer an error. It's a hit.
How BS is that?
That is.
I was going to
That's
ask
ridiculous.
about that. Like, what are your thoughts? Do they need?
It's bullshit.
I don't know if you can't really replay that, but they should correct that before the start of the next inning.
Oh,
I would think.
absolutely, man.
That's
Come on
obvious
now.
enough with all the video replay to see, right?
You know why that screws him too? Because you have a coach that's probably like, I'm gonna let this guy ride. You know, maybe he has an opportunity to do this. Maybe he pulls him 2 innings ago because that was a hit.
Yeah. And what if he did throw a no-hitter and they came back in the 9th inning and said it? And now what if he has in his contract, he gets a $5 million bonus for throwing a no-hitter?
I mean, hey, Max Fried's our best pitcher, one of the best pitchers in the league right now. Aaron Judge looks like he might get back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, but the thing I hate about the Yankees is we depend too much on the home run, man. We really do. We depend too much on the home run, and we need those clutch hitters.
I feel like we're playing with contact too. Like Dominguez bases loaded double. Like I feel like we're getting some guys that are hitting down the line and getting runs in. We are you know what sucks, man? I was watching the game. Ben Rice, one of our hottest hitters at first base, gets hit twice in a game. And
but if you look at the top teams in the league, like your Padres, and you look at their Dodgers, I mean, those top to bottom, man, they have guys that can put the ball in play. The Yankees don't have that. I mean, we have good batters, but we don't have those guys where you come up and you feel confident that they're going to get a hit.
Yeah. Did you guys see the Nationals guy get hit in the nose?
No.
Oh man, dude, I watched it on MLB and like he's batting and he takes like 90 miles an hour right to the nose, man. It's one of those where he's sitting on the ground for a little bit and he pokes his head up and there's just blood pouring out. I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I don't think I'd ever swing a bat ever again after that.
Just got to put some dirt on it, stay in.
It was fractured. And then like a couple of days later, they had a picture of his nose and it literally looks like it's curved.
Mm-hmm.
But man, how about is it the NL West? I think I have it here. Maybe I don't. Yeah, right here. One of the best divisions. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. One of the best divisions. Padres, Dodgers, Giants, and besides the Rockies, I'm sorry, no, but 4 wins, 17 losses already with one of the best starter pitchers, pitching rotations, but no bullpen.
Great stadium.
They should move the Rockies and switch them with the Brewers.
Well, they said today you take 4 of those guys, the Padres, Dodgers, Giants, Diamondbacks, you put them in any other division, they're competing for the
Colorado
best
Brewers
record in the MLB. I mean, look at that. I mean, all of those guys have under 10 losses.
Yeah. The worst part is they could get all 3. They could get all 3 in, but only one's coming out. And guess what? As much as you hate it, it's still gonna be the Dodgers. It's still gonna.
If you move the Rockies to the Central, and you move the Brewers out of the Central and put them in the West, you'll have 4 teams in that division under 500. The Rockies would have a chance to win the division.
Hey, my Cubs pick is looking pretty good right now too. And then how about Juan Soto getting booed because he's struggling? He's not batting in front of Aaron Judge anymore. That's why.
Wow.
Yeah, he came out. He came down and talked about how difficult it is not hitting in front of the, one of the best hitters in MLB.
Okay, you want to make baseball more watchable? Yeah, that's how you make baseball more watchable. Stop signing these guys. Get rid of arbitration. There's a handful of other shit you could do too, but just these guys get the guaranteed money too.
Gosh,
tie in like 700. You're not so what? He's in New York. He's going to get half of that, but that's still probably $400 million he's going to get.
Hey, hot take too. Over or under that,
and no more than 10. Sorry, no more than 10 year. No more than 7 year.
Yeah,
over or under that. Mike Trout finishes the year because he's hot right now. He always gets hot.
Once May gets here, that's when it's time. He's got golf courses he has to open now. But what's more surprising to you guys, that the Orioles only have 9 wins, or the Athletics have 10 wins already?
Yep.
The Athletics having 10 wins, and the Tigers having 13 wins is actually wild too.
Yeah, probably the A's.
I think it's too early for
Tigers?
the Orioles. I think the Orioles are going to catch up. That's a good division right now. All 3-4 of those teams could compete. But I think the Orioles it's too early.
Dude, I'm just surprised. Like, we're going into May and the Athletics are only 3 games out of first place. Usually their season's over by now.
Where are they playing? Where are they even playing?
Sacramento.
Oh.
It's like a 14,000 seat stadium outdoor. It's embarrassing.
Did they even get confirmation that they're building a stadium in Vegas? Like, I know they have renderings, but like,
yeah, renderings. That's it.
I know back and forth that was getting like.
I don't think it's official. Basically, there's nothing official.
Dude,
it's embarrassing.
How about the Rays using the Yankees spring training facility and the fans were yelling at Judge saying overrated?
Yeah. And then the Yankees just smoke them at their stadium.
I would have turned around and said, get a stadium.
Yeah. I could afford a new stadium for you.
Golly, man.
Yeah, I think surprisingly, I can't believe that Baltimore is 3 games under 500. That's a shocker. The Rays are kind of a shocker too. They're down there, but man, overall, even the Twins, 7-15.
7-15 Ace. I'm sorry, man.
Dude, we didn't have Royce Lewis to start the year. He pulled his hamstring like 2 weeks before the season started. He's supposed to come back this week, or actually, what's the date today? Yeah, this week. So we'll see, but he's our best hitter. They have no consistency. Stupid manager changes the lineup every freaking day. So there's no consistency in the lineup outside of like Correa and Buxton. I truly think, like, hot take, I think Correa could have been a Hall of Famer, Carlos Correa, but I think we kind of ruined his second half of his career.
Yeah.
Truthfully. Like, with the Astros, so what? He had this scandal, but they won. They were in how many NLCS or ALCSs? He won the World Series with them. Like,
they lost a lot of big names on that team.
Yep. Yeah. So our pitching, they didn't do shit to get anything offensively, as well as the pitching. They didn't even, I couldn't even tell you a pitching move they made.
I mean, Ace, you could be like the Braves, where almost everybody is batting under 200.
That's horrible.
Dude, they're sending, I've seen pictures of the stadium, like April 14th. I think it might have been the second home series, and literally before pitch, empty. Like minutes before the first pitch,
I don't understand
empty.
it. It's the same team.
Dude, they're 6-2 at home. They're 2-11 on the road. They just need a home stretch to get a winning streak going.
They just have no faith. They're supposed to sell the team. Like, the ownership doesn't care.
Yeah.
They cut payroll last year, which really pissed people off.
Max Fried is okay coming to the Yankees, seeing that team fall.
No, they won 3 in a row. They are at 8 wins now. I mean,
I saw a meme, swept them.
I saw a meme where someone's like zooming in to the scoreboard where it shows like the batting average, and it was like 160, 180, 190, 140. It's wild, man. It's
the thing that I can't stand that the Mets are in first place. I hate the Mets. Nakasoto's there.
I hate the Mets, man.
Really
I will say though, when they wear those black jerseys, it's pretty nice. I hate them, though. I love baseball.
The Angels are only 1 game over 500. So come May, when they go on a losing streak, I mean,
yep,
that's when Street Clothes will put his golf uniform on.
Speaking of Street Clothes, what's the other guy that they got? The third base. He used to play third. Rendon.
Yeah,
he's kind of Street Clothes too. When's he booking those golf course?
Dude, he's another one. He signed that big deal, and that's why I hate guaranteed money, man, and big deals. No, let's go year to year.
Well, man, I can't wait for the draft. It'd be cool one day if we all got together and we did a podcast live during the draft.
Oh my gosh. Amen.
You know what I mean? Like, we're just hanging out. Oh my gosh, the New Orleans Saints just turned it up. You know, whatever it is.
We could do it for a first round, but the first round's pretty long. We could do it just until our team's pick.
Ace honestly, we could till like 10 o'clock at night because he's not picking till the 20s.
Well, no, we could start around like 8 or like 7 if you want.
We could start at 7, like when the Saints are getting ready, and then Dallas is at 12, and be like, all right, we're gonna hop off because who knows what Ace's team's gonna pick. They might not even pick. We might get to Minnesota at 9 o'clock my time, and they go, Minnesota trades back.
Ace will be on, and there'll be 2 blank screens.
I'll be asleep.
Ace, I'll be on with you because I'm an hour behind you.
Sure, yes. You got to wake us up. You're going to have to wake us up no matter. Wait, what time does it start? Come to think of it.
I don't know.
And it's in Wisconsin. We need to check the weather for Lambeau Field.
Are they going to? Yeah, they are going to be on the field.
I guess. I
Would
mean,
it-
there's no convention center, I'm assuming, in Lambeau.
7.
And then
I feel like that's a
Wisconsin.
cool
7.
place to do the draft. I'll be honest. That's gonna be a cool spot. Pulling up
So
to Lambeau.
7, so that's 6 o'clock my time.
Oh, so
Oh,
8
that's
o'clock
a
my
good-
time. That's tough.
Or is that 7
That would
East
be
Coast?
Thurs-
Is
it
that
said
7?
8 Eastern.
Okay.
So yeah, 7.
So 6
then
o'clock
I'm-
my time.
I'm leaving. Oh, dude, I'm
Ty,
on.
if
Actually,
we-
I wouldn't even be able to. I'm on the road that evening. I'm going to a bachelor
Thurs-
party the next day.
Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You got to record from your phone.
Well, yep. Absolutely.
I'll be watching it, dude. If I don't get service when my team is up to pick, I'm gonna be mad.
Yo, just so
Dude,
you know, that
especially-
remember that kid we had on the podcast, that Garrett Chillett?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He won his first race in that big freaking car, man.
it's actually good.
Yeah.
That's actually wild.
And my brother, he actually
Shout
raced,
out! Holy
my
shit!
my brother raced his first race. They started on the pole in the feature. He won his first heat.
He's gotta
they
get a
started
new
on the
logo
pole-
now.
Started on the pole in the feature, and
Yeah.
just one wrong move. Somebody was underneath, and they ended up finishing 5th.
Oh
It's
wow!
still not bad. Still
It's
not bad.
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad.
No, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had him on
Yeah.
too.
Well, guys, show us some love. New brand, rebrand, new era began. Everything goes TAK, man. We're excited to continue to climb. Trying to get some sponsors. Going to try and hit some guests up. Get some good people on here.
Amen.
We'll never forget you.
we got us rolling once a week, man. We hope you guys share it.
Wouldn't that-
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube Live. Yeah,
Everything.
everything goes because we're over here. We're talking about everything. We'll see you guys next time.